All right, hey everybody, how you doing? Evan Freiberger here. Going to be doing a weather forecast for today. It's currently 8:01 on Tuesday, February 7th. How's everybody doing? Hello, Devin. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully everybody is doing well this evening. We got a couple of things to actually cover today. We have some snow potentially happening up near Iowa through Wisconsin area. We also have a potential severe weather outbreak tomorrow with a risk of tornadoes as well. So a lot to cover. Lot to cover. Great. Tomorrow's my birthday. Well, happy early birthday, Help. Hopefully you have a good one. Hello, severe weather forecaster guy. Welcome. Welcome, Nutty. Yes, snow for you, Lola. Proxima, thank you for the $35 donation. She says, good to be here with the man with the weather plan. I like that. I like that. It's a good rhyme. I might, that would be a bad bio for some of my social medias. Man with the weather plan. Rain in California. Okay. You might look at that. Stephanie, welcome. Welcome. Glad everybody's here and are doing pretty well. So like we normally do, we're going to go over the forecast really quick, and then after that, we're going to answer questions about what the tornado risk is and where you are in relation to that and the timing of the storms. And then after that, we'll take questions about the potential for the winter weather going forward. Groundhog says 8 more weeks of winter. All right. Reed Timmer, yeah, there definitely is. And we'll go over that too, Mr. Tanks. There's definitely a possibility. There's a little brief period in between Arkansas and Mississippi that we'll have to look at there. But yeah, let's get right into it here. So, I forgot to play the music. Where's the music? Why didn't it play? Hold on. Let me get the music sorted out here. There we go. All right. I thought something was feeling a little awkward. Reed will be chasing tomorrow. Yeah, so will Brett. So will Brett Adair. We'll have hopefully have Brett Adair on with us tomorrow as well. So all right, so let's go into the forecast here really quick. And first we're going to be looking at the temperatures just to kind of you know, look at these wonderful temperatures finally returning back into the United States. We have 71-degree temperatures, 76-degree temperatures near the Gulf of Mexico right here, just south of Houston, which is awesome. I am tired of winter. I am ready for winter to be over. We'll have a couple more brief periods of where this cold comes through, but right now I am feeling great in the warmth. But if you live anywhere else other than the southeast area, you're still dealing with winter. It's really just calming down winter-wise for the southeast, but you know, as you go up up towards the west and the north, and then over to the northeast, things are pretty cold there. And so let's kind of move this forward. I just wanted to show you guys something really quick with these temperatures. Look at this. You see this? That is that dividing line, and this could potentially cause some stronger wind gusts. There's a 2% tornado risk down here, which we will go over later in the forecast. But I'm really not expecting much because, like, think about it like this. You know, you have like a 2%, and then the next one up is a 5%. So sometimes when you have a 2% risk, it can kind of mean like a 4 or 5%. This is the most 2% risk we've ever had down here. Really small risk for tornadoes. I don't think it's going to materialize, but if it does, while I'm still awake, we will go over it. But yeah, look at that line right there. It's crazy. Check that out. You have, let's see. Take off this. Yeah, you have 45 to 50 degree temperatures on the back side, and then 60 degree temperatures on the front side. And that little temperature gradient is what's going to be causing some of those damaging winds as this line moves on to the east. But we're really not you know, I'm not too concerned about this little line right now. But as it moves off to the east, that's when we're gonna have a problem. But yeah, you can see the colder temperatures are starting to move in there for northern Texas. And that pushes all the way through. You see that line of cooler and warmer air move off to the east. And right around this time here, down in Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee, southeastern Missouri, and southwestern Kentucky, we're going to be watching that for that severe threat. And then you see those colder temperatures at the end of the model run really start to dip back down here. During the nighttime hours here in Texas, we could see below freezing temperatures again, almost getting down below zero there for North Dakota, South Dakota, and a little bit of Minnesota and Iowa. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for the temperatures. So let's go move on to the snowfall. What can we expect here for some snow? Gonna take this, let it load really quick. Is there any high winds heading into Ohio for Thursday? Yeah, we'll check all of that, I promise you. All right, so moving this forward, you can see that rain starts to develop there, and that line of thunderstorms really starts to develop in the morning hours going into the evening hours on Wednesday. And then as that moves forward, we start to see some of those prefrontal cells there. But right around at that time, 4 p.m. tomorrow, we start to have this little pocket of snow forming just to the west of Oklahoma City. And, you know, really depending on when this forms, if this solidifies a little bit earlier, which it probably won't because it's during the daytime hours here, then we could see a little bit more snowfall for Oklahoma, but for the most part, it's going to be some mixture between snow and rain, and most of it will melt. And that moves off to the north and east. You can see some heavier snow start to form there near Kansas City at around Thursday, 4 a.m. And then it really starts to pick up there into Iowa, near the Des Moines area, going into Cedar Rapids. And then you see on the backside at around Thursday, 10 a.m., that snow starts to move into Wisconsin as well. Then moving this all the way through from most of the day Thursday, Iowa can expect some heavier to light snow, and so can Wisconsin. And then that snow starts to pick up there right around, let's see, 4 p.m. It's going to be a little rainy there for Grand Rapids and around the Detroit area. But then that moves off to the east and transitions into some light snow on the backside there. So maybe right there in the northern tip, you can see there's a little bit of heavier snow there. But this is at the end of the model run, so take that with a grain of salt. That's 3 days out. Can change. But yeah, for the rest of the country, not really seeing a lot of chance for snow here. Let's move this back up here for the northeast. Maybe some freezing rain briefly, but then there's going to be rain coming in on the backside of that, so I'm not expecting really any freezing rain accumulation. Really, the only people in the northeast that could see snow from this next storm system is Maine. A little bit of heavier snow there, possibly a decent amount of accumulation. But then, like I said, you're going to have that warmer air move on the backside, so you're probably not going to see too much overall accumulation from that snowfall. So let's move on over to the total snowfall. Well, actually, we're not going to do it on this model. Let's go over to the National Digital Forecast Database, and we'll do it over here, because this one I feel like is way more accurate than... This is a blend of everything. And here are the total snowfall amounts, and as you can see, right around in Kansas, so we did see that transition of snow there in Oklahoma, but it doesn't look like any of that's really going to stick to the ground there, as warmer temperatures will be still around in that area. But over here in northeastern Kansas near Topeka, maybe up to an inch, and then going into the northwestern Missouri area, maybe an inch, inch and a half. And then really as you get into Iowa, that is when we start to see these higher amounts of 4 to 5 inches there near Des Moines. Just north of Cedar Rapids, it's 7 to 8 inches, 8 inches there. All the way to the state line of Wisconsin and Iowa. And then as you go into Minnesota, southeastern Minnesota, you can see just southeast of Rochester, about 6 to 7 inches, potentially 8.5 inches there as well. Really, this entire strip here is going to be 5 to 8 inches, with some pockets reaching up to 9 inches. Over here in Madison, I know we got some people here from the Wisconsin area, could potentially see 4 inches, but again, if this shifts up a little bit more to the north, unfortunately, you're really not going to see any snow. But if it shifts down a little bit more to the south, you could expect to see some more snow. So I would expect really a pretty wide range there in Madison of 1 to 6 inches of snow there for Madison. Really could change quite drastically depending on where the storm really sets up. Same for areas like Eau Claire, and anywhere north of Monroe. But yeah, and then that northern part of Michigan, you're seeing a decent amount of snow up there, up to 3 to 4 inches. Again, this can change, could be a little bit more, could be a little bit less. Again, that was at the end of the model run. And same thing, same kind of caution over here for northern Maine as well. You know, you're seeing, don't worry, Kaylee, we'll get to it. We're just going over the snow, and then we'll go into the severe weather just right after this. But yeah, we got 6 inches up here to the north, 7 inches there up to the north, and then as you get further and further south, the closer and closer you get to the Gulf of Maine or the Atlantic, you start to see less and less. And as you get on the coast, you're just not going to really see anything. But yeah, so that is it for the snow forecast. Again, we will answer the specific questions about the snow for your area after we answer the severe weather questions, because I do think that is a more dangerous event that we have to keep our eye on. Let's go over. So now we're going to go, what's going on here? There we go. All right, so now we're going to go over to the HRRR here, and we're going to, do we have the 0Z? Okay, we have most of the 0Z loaded in here. So here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to go over the risk, and then we're going to go over the timing. So here's the risk. As you can see, the states that are within these risks, you have Texas in a 2%, you have Louisiana in a 2 and a 5%, Arkansas is in a 2 and a 5%, the very southeastern portion of Missouri is in a 2%, the very southwestern part of Kentucky's in a 2%, the western part of Tennessee is in a 2%, the western part of Alabama is in 2%, Mississippi's in a 2 and a 5%. This is the risk for tomorrow. These storms are going to be firing around 3 back here, and then moving all the way through pretty much throughout the entire day in this area. So we're going to have to be weather aware all day tomorrow. And here's the timing of these storms. Actually, let me go over the cities first. So here are the cities in the path of this storm in the 5% risk. This is the 5% that I'm announcing here. So you got Vicksburg, Macomb, Hattiesburg, Jackson, Philadelphia, Starkville, Greenwood, Greenville, Grenada, Clarksdale, and South Haven. And that's Mississippi there. Then you have El Dorado, Monticello, McGee, DeWitt, Helena, Mariana in Arkansas. Then moving into Louisiana, you got Ruston, Monroe, Natchitoches. I remember somebody telling me a different name on how to pronounce that, but I keep forgetting. Alexandria, Opelousas, Baton Rouge, and Jackson, and Bogalusa. So those are all the areas, and that's in Louisiana there. Those are all the areas that are in the 5%. Then you got New Orleans, Port Sulphur, and Shreveport, Louisiana in the 2%. Beaumont, Houston, Galveston is in the 2% for Texas. Little Rock, Pine Bluff, Jonesboro's in the 2% for Arkansas. Then you got Jackson and Memphis in Tennessee in that 2%. You got Sixton, Kennett in Missouri in that 2%, and Murray, Kentucky is also in that 2%. Florence, Tuscaloosa, Mobile's in the 2% for Alabama. And then for Mississippi, you have Gulfport, Meridian, and Tupelo in that 2%. So that's the tornado risk. Those are the cities. And now we're going to go over the timing of this storm, the general timing, and then if anybody has any more specific questions, we'll go over that as well. So this is on Tuesday starting at 7 p.m. You can see that kind of just scattered showers and thunderstorms. Maybe a chance for 1 or 2 severe thunderstorms in the morning hours with the potential for a brief and weak tornado. But I'm really not expecting that to happen. I'm not even really expecting to see much severe thunderstorm activity, except maybe down here near Houston. I do think Houston has a chance of seeing a severe thunderstorm out of that. And then moving this forward, you see we got a little bit of the prefrontal cells, but it's very messy. Very, very messy. But there is a little period here right around, I think it's like 9. Yeah, right around this 7 to 9 p.m. area where the upper level shear, the lower level shear increases, and the CAPE increase is still above 1,000 joules per kilogram. And I really do think if they do upgrade this at all, it's going to be right around in this area where we see an upgraded risk. But I'm not going to jump ahead of myself here. I'm going to let the SPC decide. But there is a lot of kinematics available up here for a stronger tornado. I do think that there is a chance, a smaller chance, but a chance nonetheless, that we could see one smaller tornado out of this. But yeah, so that's it. Does anybody have any questions about the timing for the storms? Oh, let me just move this out a little bit further here. So we are expecting some pretty heavy rain for the Missouri, southern Indiana, and Illinois. A little bit of rain there for Ohio as well. And then this line of storms moves out, really doesn't pose much of a threat after around 6 a.m. on Thursday. Probably not the smartest thing. I know it's black. I'm just trying to, I have to reset up everything because it freaking crashed. Sorry about that. Everything will be up momentarily. Just give me a second. I have to do a couple things here. Aw, man. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. Yeah, I'm working on it. Sorry. I don't know how to get this webcam back up and running when it goes down. It's supposed to just pop back up, but it's not. I've fixed it multiple times. I don't know. Why it would be messing up. It's showing that it's on, but my OBS is not picking it up. I'm here. Sorry, I will answer your guys' question shortly. Why isn't it showing up? Sorry about this, guys. I really don't know why my webcam is not working. Try. Oh, that's why. Okay. I figured it out. It should show up. Okay. And it's lagging. What's up with that? This should fix the lag. Where is it? There it is. All right, this will fix the lag. I think. Testing. Kind of looks like it's working. Still seems a little laggy, though. Okay, sorry about that. Let me just make sure. Give this one more cycle here. And then we'll get back into motion. All right. Oh, yeah, that's much better. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. All right, let's go back. Let's bring this back up. That was super annoying. I know. Very, very annoying. All right. So here we are. Again, anybody got any questions? I saw one earlier. Let's see. Pine Bluff, Arkansas. So let's go over Pine Bluff. That's Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Maybe not. Pine Bluff. Why didn't it show up? Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Yeah, it's not showing up. I don't know. Maybe if you could give me a different city around Pine Bluff, that would be a little bit better. Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Yeah, I keep putting it in. I've seen it multiple times. Maybe I'm... Oh, there we go. I just had to put a space. Okay, here's the Pine Bluff, Arkansas. So you are in that 2% risk over there in Pine Bluff. Moving this back, really going to start to see a little bit of showers right around 7 a.m. And those start to pick up going through 10 a.m. there on Wednesday. And then another round of heavier showers moves through at around 1 p.m. And then you have some heavier. Your biggest risk for that severe weather and potential brief and weak tornado up there in Pine Bluff is around 8 p.m. on Wednesday. So stay weather aware and check back in tomorrow, because if they do make any changes, I do think it's going to be a little bit more on the northern extent of this 5%. So just stay tuned for tomorrow. Poke your head in at around 8 p.m. Between 6 and 9 p.m. really, just to make sure that you're not under the gun for any tornadoes. If you're in any tornado warnings, I will be live as well. Does anybody else have any questions? Regarding the severe weather. Any more snow for Pine Bluff? Probably not. At least in the short term, in which I can see with the models, not seeing any snow in the forecast for you, Veronica. Is there a possibility this can go enhanced? There is a possibility, but like I said, I don't like to speculate too much. I would say it's a low possibility, but it's definitely possible. Sad, hey, I feel you, Veronica. We didn't get any snow up here in northern Alabama. I was looking for Prattville and Montgomery, Alabama. Okay, yeah, I think my stream might have froze when I was going over that. But yeah, first round of storms there for Montgomery. You guys are in that the marginal risk for Thursday, but I'm really not expecting too much for you guys. As you can see, there is a threat here for potentially a couple of severe thunderstorms to come through your area at around 9 a.m. So make sure you are weather aware at 9 a.m. There for Montgomery. But we're not again, the kinematics just aren't really available for these storms to really rotate. Again, we had the low pressure system up here. The stronger kinematics going to be up to the north where there's not a lot of moisture. So we're really expecting these storms to just kind of be a wind threat, but you know, things could change. Again, this is at the end of the not the end of the model run, but in day 2 of the model run. So just poke your head in tomorrow when I'm live streaming this event, and if anything changes, I'll give you an update. Just put a question in chat. Yeah, no problem. That's why I'm here. Baton County, Oklahoma. Yeah, for sure. Baton, Oklahoma. All right, so there's Baton. And you are outside of the 2%, luckily. But I am expecting a decent amount of rain for you. Let me go over here to the precipitation here. The total precipitation, if we got it. There we go. Lots of heavy rain going to be moving pretty much the entire day through Tuesday into Wednesday. Going to be seeing potentially, yeah, going to be seeing some heavier rain. I don't think a lot of it's going to fall at one time, so the flooding risk should be relatively minimal there. Where is Toad? I lost it. Let me do this again. Okay, looks like I have to research it. That's fine. So yeah, you're outside of that, but you can expect to pick up to 3 inches there in Baton. So we do have a little flooding risk over here. Let me see if that's if we got a hydrological risk for you. If we go over the day 2, right? Day 3, day 2, day 1, 2. Okay. So yeah, there's a slight risk for flooding in Arkansas. And then on day 1, go over to here really quick. There's a slight risk of flooding for your area. So just be weather aware. If you get a flood warning, make sure you have a plan to seek higher ground there in Baton. But in terms of severe weather, you should be out of it. You might get a couple of thunder from some thunder and some heavier rain. Is pretty much all you can expect there in Baton. All right. You get up till 3. Wow. When you're answering snow questions, after we're done with the severe weather questions. LaFleur County, Oklahoma. Sorry, long day. All right. LaFleur County. There it is. So yeah, you're going to be in that slight risk as well. Everything I just said for Patel is same for you. Just be weather aware tomorrow. If you do get a flood warning, make sure that you are seeking higher ground and have a plan to seek higher ground. Yeah, no problem, Clayton. No problem. Do you have any more severe weather questions? As if not, we're going to move to the snow questions. Okay, I don't think anybody has any more severe weather questions, so we'll move on to the snow. Will we have tornadoes today? It's very low. It's the lowest of the low today. And it won't be tornadoes, it'll be like one brief and weak tornado if one does happen. today, and I still don't even think that's gonna happen. I'm gonna be honest. The kinematics just aren't there. You're in Ward, Arkansas. All right, Ward, Arkansas. There we go. So Ward, Arkansas is in that 2%. So you are gonna have to be weather aware. You're right near Cabot there. So let's move this forward. So you can expect some heavier rain and showers at around 10 a.m. on Wednesday. And then on the backside here, that's when that line starts to form at around 7 p.m. on Wednesday. You need to be weather aware. So around 5 to 8 p.m., be weather aware tomorrow. Tune in tomorrow around that time. You should be live as this goes through Little Rock and Ward. So there is a chance for severe thunderstorms. And right around this time is when you're going to be having that chance for 2% of a brief and weak tornado. So that's the latest there. And after this moves out, you're going to have some cold air coming on the backside, but that's going to be pretty much it. So once that line moves through at around 7 and 8, you'll be out of the gun there. Or you'll be out of the way there. All right, happy dude. See you later. College Station weather tonight. All right, we'll look at College Station for you. College Station, Texas. So you are outside of the risk for tomorrow, but today you are in the 2% tornado risk. The people that are in the 2% tornado risk is Sugarland, Bay City, Victoria, the Woodlands, College Station, Mexia, Palestine, Jacksonville, and the eastern or the western part of Lufkin. Again, not expecting anything really to happen here. Let me go over to the radar really quick, just to kind of show you what's currently happening with this line. You can see dew points are up there. Where? There we go. Yeah, not a lot. And right on that line, this is that cold front. And really the storms have to happen along this cold front. We're just not seeing anything as of yet. And that is entering that 2%. You know, there's just not a lot of kinematics available. I'm surprised, honestly, that they kept the 2% that far down south. We do have some stronger storms up here to the north, but again, not seeing any rotation, and these are behind that cold front, so they're going to be a lot weaker as they don't really have that moisture to tap into. So you guys are at 2%, but, you know, is it worth losing sleep over? I say no. All right, so now let's go answer some snow questions. Who's got snow questions? Does anybody have any snow questions about the potential snowfall? Here, we'll go over here. We'll bring up the snowfall map. And then we'll answer those questions for you guys. How about that? All right, so here's the snow totals. I'm going to move this all the way through. As you can see, the main people getting snow is northeastern Kansas, northern Missouri there. Most of Iowa should see some accumulating snow. Extreme southeastern Minnesota and most of Wisconsin and northern Minnesota and in Maine. So if you live in any of these areas and you want to know how much snow you will get and what some different scenarios are for that snowfall, feel free to leave your city in the chat and we'll answer that for you guys really quick. Racine, Wisconsin. Here's Racine. You guys are kind of in the in an area where there's zero snowfall expected for you, but I will say if this shifts a little bit more to the south, I do think you could potentially see up to an inch of snow, maybe even 1.5 inches of snow. But your estimated snowfall totals is between 0 and 1.5 inches there for you. Thank you. You live in the mountains. Well, that's all right. Glad I could help you answer some questions. Madison, Wisconsin. So Madison, Wisconsin. Here you are right here. And as of right now, if everything happens as this model is saying, 4.5 inches is around what you can expect, but again, if it shifts a little bit more, if the storm shifts a little bit more to the north, you're going to enter into this 1.5 inch region and the 1 inch region. But if it shifts a little bit more to the south, you can potentially get up to 6 inches. So your range is kind of bigger just because of where you are in reference to where the storm is going. So you could expect between 1 and 6 inches there in Madison. Is it over or about to start? The severe weather event is tomorrow. This is a live forecast. Does anybody else have any questions regarding the snowfall? Nobody has any questions. I will go switch over to the HRRR again. Hello, Jeffrey. Welcome. Welcome. Again, by the way, if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider hitting that subscribe button. We are on the road to 2,300 subscribers. So let's go over to tomorrow's severe weather threat. Here we are. Also, the tornadoes isn't the only story with this storm here. If we go over to the winds, you can see that we do have a 15% here for damaging winds. That includes Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, Monroe, Jackson, Hattiesburg, Greenville. You guys are all on the chance there for some damaging winds. And then for New Orleans, Gulfport, Mobile, Pensacola, Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Huntsville, Florence, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Clarksville, Hopkinsville, Owensboro, Evansville, Cape Girardeau, Jonesboro, Little Rock, Pine Bluff, Shreveport, Houston, League City, and Beaumont. You guys are all on the 5% risk for damaging winds. And then if we go over here to the hail risk, you can see that Alexandria, Shreveport, Monroe, Jackson, Greenville, Pine Bluff, Little Rock, Memphis, Jonesboro, and Jackson, Tennessee are all going to be in that hail risk as well. Why is there no 2%? Because they don't issue for 2% wind risks. It's just for tornadoes that they issue that 2% for. Because it is worth paying attention to if you are on a 2%. But if if they issued a 2% for damaging winds, they would potentially have one probably every day, I would think. Hello, Kobe. Welcome. Yes, definitely want to be weather aware. I will be live streaming the event tomorrow. Could be potentially up to a 12-hour stream depending on what ends up happening with these storms. But as of right now, we're just doing a forecast. But we will be live. So if you want the best in-depth coverage, we go down to the mezzo, all the way down to the street level. Follow the track and the progression of each storm. We don't miss a tornado warning. So if you want somebody that you can rely on for good, accurate coverage, tune back in tomorrow. We will be live. Did you check LaSalle, Wisconsin? Sure. Go check that really quick. You want the snowfall totals for LaSalle? I'm guessing. All right, let me just push this through here. So it looks like LaSalle is pretty much, I wouldn't say guaranteed, but it's definitely probably going to see the range for them is like 4 to 6 inches. It's a small range for them, just basically where they're located in terms of the different variable or the different situation scenarios in which this storm can do. But LaSalle is could definitely see between 4 and 6 inches of snow there. So good news for them. Oh yeah, good for skiing. Yes, very good for skiing. Sometimes think so deeply about things and wonder if they actually exist, and I just laugh for hours. Yeah, I do that too. Sometimes I think too deeply and can't sleep. Will be extremely again, Elva, it is impossible to know what's going to happen during the spring. Anybody that says they do know what's going to happen is just lying to you. They're just flat out lying to you for clicks. And you know, just don't worry about it, man. Honestly, whatever happens is going to happen. The thing that's important is that you stay weather aware. I'm gonna check in the Northeast for you. Somebody just asked a question about that. Farmer's Almanac again is just the it's as accurate as the winter groundhog. Yeah, maybe some rain for the Northeast. Again, we are expecting between 5 and 8 inches up here for northern Maine. But rain and potentially some cooler temperatures to working on the back side of that. Yeah, but that's really just it. I mean, just rain, no thunderstorms or anything. All right, does anybody have any more questions regarding the severe weather? Yeah, so let me show you. Let me show you on the precipitation type here. Is this loaded in yet? Jeez. Taking forever. So if I move this through, you can see the main issue with this is there's just a lot of warm air. A lot of warm air working through here. Now, potentially could get some cooler air and some snow on the backside of this, but my models don't go out that far. So I really don't want to mislead you and tell you that you might get snow when, you know, models after 3 days, they're wildly inaccurate in terms of snowfall total. So I would not feel comfortable doing that. Just know until through Friday, 12 a.m., unless you live in Maine, you're not going to get any accumulating snowfall. Look at Albany. There's Albany right there. Again, a little chance for mixed precip there at around Thursday, 3 p.m. But any of that falls could potentially be freezing rain and ice accumulations. But again, you have these warmer temperatures working on the backside, and none of that's really going to accumulate. So not really expecting anything for Albany either. Which is the best driving day? They're all best driving days. I don't think you're going to get any ice accumulation there in Albany. So, you know, I would say the worst day, and this is if the models are wildly wrong, which is possible. It's really hard to predict ice. The worst time to travel would be at around 4 p.m. Through 10 p.m. Then after that, you're going to have those warmer temperatures working on the backside. See you tomorrow. All right. See you then. Again, does anybody else have any questions regarding the severe weather or snow? If not, we're going to hop off for the rest of the night. So I'll wait about another minute. Yes, you will eventually get cold air again. That I can guarantee. The severe... No, it has not tied. The severe weather won't kick off until really in the early morning hours on Wednesday. Just some showers, a little bit of showers and thunderstorm, potentially some thunder happening near Dallas. But right around this cold front boundary, when this line starts to form, that's when we're going to see the biggest uptick for severe weather. And that's at 3 p.m. on Wednesday. There is a 2% down here, but again, I think that's just... I don't think we're going to get a tornado out of that. It's an extremely low chance. The moisture's not there. The lower level shear is pretty much non-existent. You know, I would say the biggest chance out of all of these would be around the San Antonio, Austin area with these storms firing down here. And that would be Wednesday morning though. So that wouldn't even be today. Pretty much, Alva. I mean, I'm sure they just kept it up there because there is some kinematics there. I mean, there's a lot of cape available in this area. There's just no lower level shear. The storms just won't be rotating. until they get into this area. When that lower level and the upper level shear really starts to pick up, and we start to see some of those bigger maximum updraft helicity values, which is essentially just these supercells are rotating. That doesn't mean that tornadoes are falling from the sky. But I mean, again, right here in this area, right in between, you know, kicking off right around Wednesday 1 p.m. going all the way through into Thursday morning, potential for some tornadoes. It's about to be Valentine's Day. Yes, hopefully everybody has their Valentine picked out. Oh yeah, tomorrow's going to be the biggest day out of this storm system for sure. Thursday is going to be not really a concern unless something significantly changes in the models. But, you know, there's, again, this low pressure system. The only reason why it's going to cause a problem tomorrow is there's a low pressure system in vicinity to this area. It's pretty close. It's pretty close. And that's what you need with this storm, because it's actually not that strong of a low pressure system. But the closer in the vicinity of this really deep little moisture pool, it's going to be coming up to the north here, is the reason why we are going to see potentially some tornadoes tomorrow. Hello, Funny Family. Welcome. You don't have a Valentine's Day? Neither do I. But all right, if nobody else has any questions, we're going to end the stream there. But thank you for everybody tuning in. If you're joining this forecast right now and you're like, oh no, don't go, it's okay. You can always go back into the beginning of the video and check out the beginning, where I went over literally everything that you need to know about the severe weather event and the snow happening in your area. We did the whole national forecast earlier. Me too, Dixie. Me too. I totally agree. I'm sick of it too. But unfortunately, we're exiting winter and we're actually going into the storm season here. You know, March, April, May, that's when these storms start to pick up. That's when we start getting more moisture, some of these bigger storms. And unfortunately, we're probably about to get really busy again as we go through February, March, April, and May. I mean, it's impossible to predict how many tornadoes will happen, but about, on average, 1,000 tornadoes do happen every year, and most of those tornadoes happen between March and July. So we are starting to ramp up, getting closer to the severe weather season. So unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be getting much of a break. Hello, Shiori. Welcome. Yeah, thank you, Proxima, for that donation earlier. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, no problem. No problem. All right, you guys. Well, you take it easy, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.